Hey everybody, this is Darkseid, and welcome back to part 45 of Darksiders 2. Okay, in this episode, what we're going to really do is just go back and collect a few of the secrets that I had missed. So, this first section here is in the Drench Fort, and this is just right out here in the kind of middle section. And it was a Book of the Dead page that I had forgotten to pick up. This is around where the boss was in the Shattered Forge. So be sure to break your barrels because there is a Book of the Dead page lurking within. Alright, this one is actually not too far away from where we got the death grip ability in the first place. So this is Lost Temple. So just have to drop down there and be prepared to use your ability to hop back up. And then you can take the maze here and climb a little bit. Or yet another page. Alright, since we've actually completed a chapter, we're going to go take the first chapter back to Vulgrim and get him to give us our reward, which is going to be a key. Now how you do that is you just really sell it to him.
I suppose it will do.
Now we just have to take our key and unlock the door. The door for this is actually in between where the nook ends and the Lost Temple begins. Guess that door with the with the four colored stones. I'd often wondered about that whenever I'd passed it before. Didn't know exactly what it's for, but this is the reward door. Inside here are several chests. There's also several weapon racks and one partially hidden item.
Impossible. I cannot. Impossible. I cannot.
Be sure to collect everything because you can get some pretty good drops in here.
Impossible.
I think these should be our last two weapon racks.
I cannot.
Now for this, you'll find that this is actually able to be pulled away from the wall. And once you do that, you'll find an amulet behind it. And this amulet is apparently a fencing amulet that was supposedly used by Wicked K. Wicked K, for those of you who might not know or remember, was the strange undead guy that showed up, I think, 3 or 4 times in the original game and fought war. Alright, we're back in the Nook at the moment, and I came here to collect that coin, and I figured while I was here I'll go ahead and try the Bheithir fight. And I have tried him once before, and the tactics I used really didn't work all that well. I was also several levels lower. I think I was only around level 10 last time I tried this, so it was fairly difficult. Now I think the character's around level 14 or 15. Anyway, it seems that the easiest thing for me was just to try to keep my distance, use my gun whenever possible. It's small damage, but it does affect him a little bit. And whenever he's coming towards you, and sometimes you will fall off. That was the only time I really fell off in this. Don't worry if you happen to do that. He does maintain the damage. But while he's coming towards you, just teleport through him, get on the other side, and move away from him before he does his slam attack. This also helps you keep mostly out of that fire stuff there, because you do take a little bit of damage over time once getting hit by it. And you'll notice that the teleport dash attack is actually the thing that does a great amount of damage to him. You can use these ledges here to also help you avoid the fire, and whenever he charges like that, it's a good thing to not be up on the platform. Alright, right here we're going to take some fire damage trying to get away from him, because as soon as we hop up, he's going to breathe fire. As you can tell, that damage really does stack up. If you can get far enough away from him after those teleport attacks, though, he tends to not do the fire breath. Alright, we just about got him dead. And you'll notice here that I will actually finish him off with a gun. But unfortunately, he won't die that way. Even if you do finish him off, you've got to get close enough to him to do some sort of a melee attack, or else you won't get the death sequence. And you get Bheithir's Talons. They do have a special property, which I'm not familiar with exactly how it works, but the sides themselves seem somewhat poor for the level, I thought. So I haven't yet tried them. Although if I find out that their special ability makes up for that, then it might actually be worth it. Now this is just right outside where we were, still in the Nook. You used a bomb here to blow up some of the yellow stone, and we're able to climb up and get that particular page. This one is one I had actually noticed before but didn't go to whenever I was coming through the first time. There's a coin actually suspended up in the air, and this is at the end of the fjord. So you just got to run up on one of the hills, jump off, and grab it. Now this is a little nook, just not too far away from where I was on that last one, just out of the fjord. And I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of this room is. I'm sure it's going to make itself more apparent later, but there is a little bit of loot just right around here at the bottom, which you can get to. Obviously there's something in here that we're not meant to get just yet, because we've got pressure plates and whatever this thing does. I'm sure we'll find that out eventually. Also, don't forget that there is a stone up in the very top. And one more thing, always check around these corners, because it will benefit you. As we collect the coin in here. Now this one's actually in the Stonefather's Vale, and I feel kind of silly that I didn't find this the first time. It is a Book of the Dead page. Also, there is a strange invisible creature that's roaming around right here, and you can kind of see the black outlines of him, which makes me think that we're definitely going to get to see or get some sort of mask like the Mask of Shadows in the first game that's going to allow us to see these invisible creatures you just saw him run by. Now this is out in Baineswood, and I had missed this one apparently, even though it's kind of right out in the open. I wasn't for sure what that particular thing was, so I decided to shoot first and ask questions later. This is also just off of Baineswood. Now also, I had actually already picked it up, but just right around here, there was another coin that you could pick up as well. Okay, in the Charred Pass, you can see up there that we've got another stone. Although, try as I might, we are not able to hit it from down here. We will have to actually scale up and get it from the top. Now you could probably hit it from down here, but I decided to go ahead and finish climbing up. Because it's a straight shot from here. Okay, this is a little deceptive right here. This is actually a well, and you can swim down in it. The water around it is not very deep, but this actually does go down quite a ways. And at the very tip of where that pipe ends into this, right around the edge of it on the other side is a coin, which I didn't get in this video. I didn't find it until I was on my way out of here. Anyway, continue through here, and we will find a treasure chest and a stone. We just saw the stone there. Looks almost like we scuttled up on it. Once again, this is just right before the Shattered Forge. As you can see it from the entrance, and I must have been here 3 or 4 times and I never saw that. This one I would have never known about, really, had I not found somebody else that had already found it. This is actually inside the Maker's Forge. But just right around top, you'll find another stone. Back inside the Lost Temple, you'll notice that room over there, I had actually gotten the Book of the Dead page. What I didn't realize is that there's yet another stone in there. And this one I would have never gotten either. I don't think I would have ever found this. Now, if you'll notice that the third one of these things that's going to come by is actually going to have a stone attached to it. And that wasn't the foundry, by the way. Now it's time to turn in a few of these things to Blackthrough. Now you get kind of special rewards depending on the color combinations that you chose. The ones I chose were the 2 reds and 1 yellow, and that apparently gives you a plus 10 crit damage. The second combination I chose was 2 reds and a blue, which apparently gives you plus 2% crit chance. But anyway, I'm saving the rest of them until I get some better combinations, because the only other one I could do was 3 blues, and that had something to do with arcane. I'm sure everybody's tired of listening to me complain about every time I get a sorcerer's robe, so we're not the sorcerer type. Out here, this is one of the first areas you get to that's actually got mobs whenever you're in the land of the dead. So just kind of turn left as you're riding, and it's just right there. This is actually in the Eternal Throne. And y'all remember that I was down here smashing boxes and gravestones and everything else. What I didn't get down here was that stone. Okay, this one is on the way to the Gilded Arena, and that's almost right at eye level. I really should have seen that whenever I first came through here. Now, there's several things in the Gilded Arena. This one I had actually saw and I'd always meant to come back to, because I saw the Death Grip ring. Turns out that it actually goes to an artifact. So anyway, climb up, use the ring to swing across, run across the last wall, and collect your artifact. This is down inside the areas of the Gilded Arena. But as I recall, whenever you first came into this room, you were bum rushed by many, many skeletons. But if you happen to look up, there's actually a stone up there. This here is not too far away from that, but it's a little sign on the wall. And I don't know if you have to get this first, but it's an Arbiter soul. And I'm not sure exactly what their purpose is, but I do find a few more of them later on. So hopefully we'll be able to find out exactly what those are. That one there was actually in the area leading up to the Gilded Arena. Or one of the Gilded area arenas. Also, you should always look behind pillars and anything else that sticks away from the wall that's similar to a pillar, because there's always something behind it. Now, if you leave the Gilded Arena and go back into the regular world without going through the Eternal Throne, this is where you'll wind up. And there's actually an artifact very, very close to this. And that will conclude this section of Darksiders 2. Remember, if you like these videos, click the like button. If you'd like to hear more, click subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.